of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town.
Eminent Waste of Time, presented by CW Motorsports, episode 65. I'm Doug.
And I'm Chad.
And I'm Cody.
There you go.
Cody, you were up 2-0 on Steve Mueller in Season 2.
Kicking Steve's butt.
And not only are you on the show twice, we're actually here at CW Motorsports, if you hadn't seen the sign behind the tree.
And the tree.
For our Christmas special.
Yeah.
And Chad had something special lined up. And
I failed. I had hats for us.
He had a hat. One of them had elf ears.
I had an elf ears hat that I was going to wear.
Was this like an Amazon deal supposed to be before your Christmas? And
oh, yeah, he paid for the rush shipping and the whole
I got him there, and then I left him at my house, and we were like 20 minutes into the trip. I'm like, oh, I forgot to
Turn around now.
Anyway, imagine me with the Santa hat with elf ears that stick up about yay tall.
We could do it for the New Year's show, even though it wouldn't really make any sense.
I'll just wear it for the rest of the year.
We're riding on New Year's.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
what we're
right.
doing.
Yeah, that's right.
Going to Moonlight.
Yep.
Well, we wanted to get you guys something. We just did a quick informal thing here, and this probably won't be a full-length affair, but we wanted to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. We've had a great 2018 producing these shows and everything else that Eminent Performance has been able to do, and with CW on board and some of our other sponsors that have come back, we're going to have an awesome 2019. So we thought, Christmas morning, it's podcast day. How could we resist? We
are the coal in your stocking.
Yes. If you didn't get anything good this year, this won't help you.
When you're bored at family events, here you go.
My wife, I'm going to put this on in loop, and I can cast from my phone, and it takes over a TV in our living room. She likes to play A Christmas Story. I'm just going to play this on loop over 24 hours a day.
Your poor wife.
That's not the only reason that's the case,
no. But it'll be fun torturing her for Christmas Day.
So we thought we'd waste a few minutes of your time today and talk about what we hope Santa brings the UTV industry for 2019.
Satan Claus?
Satan Claus. I think that's in your contract somewhere, the Satan Claus.
Yes. So I'll let you guys go first, but we want to clarify what we're talking about. We're talking about what do you want that's already out on the market, or what do you want that doesn't even exist? If you could skip all the R&D and engineering of everything and you just told someone, make me this, what would it be?
Ooh.
That's a fun one there.
That is a lot of fun.
So I'm going first on this.
All right, it's all you, buddy.
I've actually been here since yesterday morning at about 7:30 doing a big Turbo S build. Some of you guys know about that. I think I talked about it in the last podcast. Ran a little bit behind deadline, and I did not go home last night. I've been here ever since. So anyway, after working on that Turbo S, that is an awesome machine. I want one.
Do you?
Yeah, I've already started looking at pricing and, all that fun jazz, but it's the accessories that really probably woke me up a little bit. And when I say I want one, not to race for any means, just pure trail
This is
machine.
just your machine.
Yeah. This is the pretty boy machine, put the comfy stuff in and then, view the countryside on and put some miles in. The machine is built phenomenal. The interior of them is way better than even the dynamics is. I want one for sure. As far as things on my existing machine, it's a little tough. I think I am going to do the lifetime trail maps.
Yeah.
I do have Ride Command, but Ride Command still doesn't communicate well with all places, and I think I want to do the lifetime trail maps, overhead on some kind of ram mount. I also have no interior light, so I think I can make that double as an interior light. So
yeah.
That's on my Santa Claus list for this year. So
that's a pretty good list. You could get a red Turbo S, and then it's kind of the Santa sleigh thing.
But
in fact, one of the 4-seaters you're working on back there that you're building right now is a very nice looking red Turbo S.
It is a phenomenal machine, and
we'll have to we're actually here today, so we'll get a couple pictures of it.
Absolutely.
And if we're allowed to throw those in, we will.
Absolutely, yes, please do. It's a great piece, and
it is a beast.
Super accessorized, that is for sure.
It looks really nice. You guys have done amazing work that I have seen so far. It's top quality work from you guys as usual.
And that's the biggest thing. Hiding all the wires and running the wires through the cage, and that's a 4-seater. So you bring in wires from the front to the back and making the backup lights come on automatically, and you put in reverse, and it's done right, and that's a big difference, and that's where the time comes into place. I don't know for sure, but I know yesterday when I calculated, we had 78 man hours in it, and that was
Holy
not counting
cow.
the 24 hours we just spent on it with 3 guys. So
Yeah, it adds up in a hurry, and we've all seen the shoddy wiring and everything else done on other people's machines. Hopefully they're other people's machines. That you just shake your head and you wonder, but you guys, I didn't see any of that. Everything's tidied up nice and zip tied where it should be, and the appropriate lengths. And
ultimately it costs you more when they bring it back because they're not happy or something broke or
or it catches on fire.
That sort of thing.
Yeah. So as far as what I want that's not necessarily out there, I should back up a little bit. What I want for the UTV industry as a whole in the next year is the same thing we did in 18. 18 was a great year for us. I'm nervous going into 19. What's to come? I hope it holds out and is just as good as 18. I know there's a bunch of different racing changes going on in the next year. Some exciting stuff, really. I think that's really, really good. I think the RS1 is going to come out heavy this year. I think you're really going to see an opening for it.
Yep, I agree.
Probably won't see some class changes on that until next year, but I think you're going to see a lot of people get into that. I heard rumor that I just heard the other day that a very avid Can-Am rider bought an RS1. So,
wow.
I know. We know of one.
Probably talking about the same person.
Probably.
Possibly.
So,
but we also know Mike Plank upgraded himself from his Razor 800 instead of going to
it's a Razor 400 when he got rid of it.
That's true. But he upgraded himself not into a XP Turbo or a Dynamics machine. He went into the RS1.
Yeah, and I talked to him. He was at the shop yesterday, and we talked for a little bit. Believe it or not, Plank is nervous. He's nervous to get in that machine. He said it has double the horsepower, double the suspension. I'm racing with the fast guys again. He's like, I like chasing. I like playing catch up.
And it's a brand new machine.
Yeah,
his old
absolutely.
machine was kind of the old wood truck, as it were, and he just, okay, let's go race it. It's already beat. I'll just weld a little more on it and let's go race it. This is his brand new machine. This is a whole different thing.
Plank's a great driver, though.
He is. He'll catch on quick.
And a very sportsmanship guy. Also, he'll do great. He'll do good. He'll be definitely someone to reckon with in next year.
Yeah, I think it's going to take him a little bit of time to get fully used to and really use a machine to its full potential, but he'll get there.
He'll rip a wheel off at a time or two, and he'll figure it out.
It'll work out.
So that now on to what you hope exists in the future that doesn't.
I've been doing some research on the Honda Talon. I'm a Honda guy. I was a Honda guy from way back. I went to Honda school. I'm a red level Honda certified technician, things like that. So I've been doing a lot of reading on the Talon. I have found out that they actually manufactured that Talon motor built for the oiling with turbo in mind. I hope to see that.
Yes.
I'm very curious to ride that machine to see what the front diff is all about. That makes me pretty nervous. I still think...
You're talking about the intelligent, it's called the iDrive or the whatever it is. Yeah.
I don't know how well that's going to work. And maybe I'm like totally wrong and overthinking it, and it could be great. But I foresee it as one of those things like anti-lock brakes where you actually stop less than what you do if you just had your foot on the brake pedal. As far as a experienced driver. And I may be wrong, and some people may argue with me on this, but I think that it would be a great entry line race machine for someone to buy, throw a set of beadlocks on, and go racing like the very next day. I think it'd be a great out of the box entry level race buggy.
I agree with that.
I share your same questioning of the 4-wheel drive system. I'm not saying it's horrible because I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm just questioning how it's going to be.
Yep.
Only time will tell. We're just going to have to wait.
So I'm ready to see that thing with a turbo on it from the factory. Honda's capable of insane things. I would say they have the R&D and the technology and the money for say to do whatever they want to do. Whether they'll do it or not is the big question.
Yeah.
It seems fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, my whole thought is I had the same misgivings you did, but then I started thinking, if I've overthought this, Honda has. So
I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm just saying maybe they designed it more for the masses and less for the racers.
Yeah.
And that's my only saying on it. Not that it's bad, just that doesn't fit what I want it to do.
Absolutely. And I would say you're correct on that 100%. I don't think racers were in mind when building this machine.
No. But they're the minority of the market.
Yeah. But I do think that out of the box, if you want to go, if Bob wants to go racing tomorrow and Bob has a budget of X, and I feel like would be the very reliable way to go racing.
Yeah. No, I think you're probably right.
Price point will tell us, I guess.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
And I'm a little bit nervous on what that'll be.
Yes, because it's a Honda. But
exactly.
They build good stuff.
They do.
So, Douglas, you're up.
My turn.
You're up.
A little bit different tack, I suppose, on what I'm hoping for 2019. It already exists, so I guess I'm cheating on the question a little bit. I'm just really looking forward to some really outstanding 2019 racing. So it's racing's on the market already, but 2019, there's so many series. There's a couple new ones that are opening up. There's some that, well, like Chasing the Triple that's coming out this coming year as well. I mean, there's just a bunch of really quality racing on the scene, and so I'm just looking forward to Eminent Performance having a heyday with that. I'm thinking at the end of 2019, we're going to be completely burnt out, pulling our hair out.
I need a break.
Haven't slept in 3 weeks, need a break type of thing. But I'm looking forward to that in a weird sort of way.
Yeah.
I think there's just going to be a ton of opportunity to hang out with some really great people, get some great video together, and just cover the race scene, which is what we want to do.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
That's going to be kind of the deliverable thing that I'm looking forward to, that I know Santa's got on board.
Okay.
The thing that doesn't exist, that sort of exists, there is one electric UTV on the market.
Okay.
But it is incredibly heavy.
Yeah, like heavier than my truck heavy.
Yes. 40, the top capacity one is 4,600 pounds.
Something like that.
That's
heavy.
very, very heavy. I would love to see an electric UTV that weighed no more than a gasoline one. It doesn't exist, and I get that, and I understand the technological limitations and everything else, but you asked for something that doesn't exist that I'd love to see. Think about having that power, that torque at 0 RPM with no more weight than what you have now.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be an absolute hoot to drive.
The axle manufacturers are going to step it up.
Snap.
Well, and at that point, maybe as opposed to having your traditional centralized motor, transmission, axles.
Do you have wheel motors?
Do you have wheel motors?
You very well may, yeah.
And, now you have the ability to change wheel speed based on, okay, we've got this situation going on, and now all four wheels can behave completely independently of each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
And so that would be a really, really interesting setup to have, and it would drive a lot different than what you're used to. But again, I think it would be a total hoot. So, doesn't exist. It's not going to exist in 2019. I know that. But would I like to see it? Absolutely.
Yeah. So I guess it's my turn. Let's see. Things I would like to see under the tree from Santa Claus. Razor parts. For me, mine is nowhere near where I want it to be.
I don't have enough stuff.
I want cage, seats, different radio.
Your problem is you buy too much cameras and camera tripods
Stuff
and mounts.
and
We're too giving to the community. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, as the UTV community, I will speak for us all. We are very thankful for that.
Yeah. It costs money, we know. So other things just get put on hold.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's what I would like to see, and I'll acquire it over time. It's fine. It just takes longer because I'm buying camera bits.
We were joking a couple of weeks ago. Somebody was saying, "Well, you don't have a UTV yet." And I said, "I could have bought one if I hadn't bought all this
camera equipment."
But
what? One thing about your machine, Chad, is extremely clean. I just seen the pictures you just posted.
It's really, really nice.
Do you get a toothbrush? And
No.
You must take after Steve. You and Steve on the same cleaning plan?
Okay, the last pictures that we posted on Instagram, if you guys see those, it's my XP Turbo out by the lake. I didn't even put a brush or a rag or anything on it.
Photoshop. You're
Nope.
Photoshopping the mud out of it.
Garage queen.
I'm not one of those people that foam cannons do everything. If they're muddy, the foam cannon does squat. I'm sorry. But if it's reasonably clean already, you spray that thing with foam cannon, and then I use the Lucas stuff that's like the SC1.
Yep.
I don't remember what it's called, Slick and something.
Yeah, slick. That's the same thing I use.
Yeah. And it works great, and it smells amazing.
Yes.
It's garage cologne.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
So, no, that's why it was so clean. So, yeah, as far as what I want to see, razor parts. I need razor parts. What I want to see, I would be really encouraged to see Honda come out with a turbo model. What I'm really looking forward to now, though, is also the double X in a turbo.
Oh, yeah.
And we haven't heard any rumblings about that. I mean, all the signs are there.
I really expected it to either be this year or it'll be released as a 2020 model, because it doesn't surprise me that a manufacturer brings out a new machine and then they kind of wait a couple years to get everything sorted out, and then they'll drop their turbo model. I mean, we've seen Polaris do it. We've seen others do it. So
I absolutely agree with that. The one thing that is a little bit of a hold up there is, I would say, in sales numbers.
That's the problem. But Textron's a big enough company they can stomach it if they're willing to do the output on the front to hopefully get it on the back.
Yeah, if they have a sales case that says, you know what, we'll get the people we need, which means we'll get the money we need if we do this.
Right.
But some bean counter somewhere is saying, nope, don't do it.
And that's a thing, and Polaris is a prime example. Think what you want to think, but years ago, Polaris was not a good manufacturer. I mean, their ATVs were not built well at all. I think Arctic had that reputation at first. I think that new Double X is sweet. Don't really care for the styling on the back end of it, but
I don't like the back.
That is a sweet machine.
It is. I really love the suspension on it. It doesn't have great sight lines, but let's be honest, neither does the X3. The X3 sight lines are bad.
Well, and part of the reason for the back end design that nobody's crazy about is they wanted you to be able to carry a full-size spare in the bed, which you are not doing in a lot of other machines.
No. I might be able to carry like a bicycle tire in the bed of some of them.
The YXZ that I would, that I professed my love for, the radiator fits back there. And that's it. There's nothing else. So.
Kind of like the RS1. That's all there is.
Yeah. So that's what I would like to see. There's no rumblings. There's nothing that we see that makes it sound like it's going to even come out later in 2019 to make it a 2020 model. But I would like to see that because I really think that would be a strong contender for the X3 and the XP Turbo. Not that I think I would definitely buy it or anything like that. Any competition is good competition in the UTV world.
Yep.
So that's kind of where I'm going with it. And
fair enough. So you, as usual, want a turbocharger.
I want another turbo.
That's just how it goes.
I need more power. And I've said it before on here, and I'll say it again. They have that exact same motor in a sled, and they are, there are aftermarket companies that are producing over 450 reliable horsepower with it.
That's crazy. That's big numbers.
And like with a simple ECU tune on them with the turbo in those sleds, they're 250.
And Articat is well known in the sled world.
Yeah.
I mean, they're almost
name.
the sled of choice.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm saying that the same as Honda is what you said, and I agree with what you said about Honda too. They have the potential to do it. I'm just waiting to see what'll happen, and I think it'll be a machine to be reckoned with at that point.
Absolutely.
That's a pretty good Christmas list, I think.
I think it's not
if
bad.
we got all that stuff in 2019, I don't know what we'd do.
Ask for more next year.
Asking's free, like I always say. You never know until you ask.
Yeah.
Well, you've got some trivia for us, I believe.
Yes, I do.
Christmas related.
Let me pull this up. I'm getting text messages. I don't care.
Are they from Steve?
No, one's saying stuff is delivered.
So
More
are they
Amazon
razor
parts?
parts?
No, that's not. It's my dad's Christmas present.
Oh. Did
He
you buy
doesn't-
your dad razor parts?
No, he doesn't have a razor. He has a Wolverine.
It shouldn't stop you.
I bought him lights to light his whole garage that he just built.
Oh, yeah.
LEDs?
Yep.
Yes, that's awesome.
So
It's one giant LED in the
yes,
middle, like the
just one
sun.
bit. And it's going to burn a hole in his concrete there.
Are the walls up and everything?
Yep, walls are up. We got the roof on it.
That's a big garage, too.
30 by 36 or 30 by 40, something like 30 by 40.
It is not. Yeah, it's not some little like 20 by 20, just put two cars in there type of affair.
Chad now has a heated workshop to work on his razor in.
Oh, we already did. I got the shop. That's heated, and his garage won't be heated. So, yep, that's
Not yet.
Not yet.
It'll happen.
He'll tie that into the house.
Exactly. It's going to happen.
Yep. All right, you guys ready?
Christmas themed
It's
trivia.
Christmas.
Hey, I'm actually standing a chance on this. This is like, I may beat Steve at points, but he will whip me at trivia. I'm awful at this. So let's
Steve
go.
says the same thing, so I don't know. I don't know who's better or worse. All right, Cody, you'll go first. Doug will answer second. Question number 1. What is the record for the most snowfall in a single storm?
As far as like
on Earth or
inches
the United
or-
States or
On Earth in inches.
I'm going to go with like 13 feet. So whatever that comes out into inches,
Okay.
we'll do the math.
so what? That'd be 156 inches.
Okay.
I'm gonna go more than that because I'm assuming there's some sort of crazy Arctic storm that dumped we'll go 240 inches.
Okay. Well, you guys pretty much split it. It's 189 inches in 1 week in Mount Shasta Ski Bowl in California.
Oh, wow.
180.
It's like 15 feet and some inches.
They build tunnels.
That's
to
insane.
go see the neighbors.
What did it tell you? What period of time was that?
Over
like?
1 week.
Okay, it was 1 week.
Over 1 week.
What kind of flooding happened when that all
When
disappeared?
it melted.
Oh my word.
Well, the ratio is 7 to 1. So for every 1 inch of rain is 7 inches of snow. I'm not that quick at math.
So it's still a lot.
Wow, yeah.
So you're going to get roughly 2. That's like 7 feet of water, roughly. With the
Hopefully that melted slow.
They said it was 15 feet of snow.
yeah,
Right?
Or, no, it's not 7. I was doing 2 to 1. Yeah, so that would be
Yeah, so
a couple feet,
yeah, that's
about 2 feet of water.
That's still
That's a lot.
Yeah.
that's enough.
Okay, question number 2. What was the first name of Scrooge in the movie and the books A Christmas Carol?
Like, what was the actor's name? Or what?
No, the character in
The character. A lot of actors have played him, but what was the actual character?
So they had the Disney one with the ducks.
And the one with George C. Scott. He did a good job as Scrooge.
I absolutely have no idea.
Ebenezer.
It is Ebenezer.
Do you know that was originally not written as a book? It was like serial published in a newspaper. Like
Yeah.
they publish a chapter every.
Yeah. It's weird.
You would-
He got paid by the word for it.
Oh, wow.
So
Get very wordy.
So some of his stuff where he kind of goes on a tangent and comes back, much like we do here on the show. That's because he was getting paid for that.
If I just write more, I make more.
Every word I write.
Yep.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 3. The red and white costume of Father Christmas was originally, or allegedly, first introduced by which company? So, as we know Santa, the red and white costume that he wears, what company, and it is a company, introduced that?
I'm going to go with Macy's.
Okay? Because they're kind of famous for having Santa in store and all that. Yep.
Yes. They're,
I don't think this is right, but I'm going to go with Coca-Cola.
You are correct, actually.
Is it?
It is
yes.
Coca-Cola.
Well, their logo is red, so I figured they probably thought, hey,
Let's
red
make
and
this
white,
about us.
just like our logo.
I don't remember what year it was, but it was way more recent than I thought it should have been.
I want to say it was like the 1920s or 30s.
Yeah, it was something like that. It's like
it's
the 30s,
not as long
I think.
ago as you
and
think.
that makes sense to have them on all the Coke cans throughout the holiday. So
Because Father Christmas or Santa Claus, or whatever you want to call him, existed in different forms, but they kind of marketed the portly guy in the red suit. Like that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
because
That
he
was
drank so
their
much
thing.
Coca-Cola, it made him fat. I don't know, but
Sorry. Well, we're not getting that Coke sponsorship now.
I drink Coke Zero all the time, so that was a huge misstep for me.
Question number 4. Before turkey became more popular, what was a traditional English dinner's main course for Christmas?
ham.
Okay.
You said English.
Yes.
I'll go mutton.
Mutton.
Christmas mutton.
Cody was close, but it's a pig's head smothered in mustard.
Okay, that's a whole different spin on Christmas
Yeah, no
that I don't think I like.
Come on in for the pig's head, kids.
Who wants the eyeballs?
Yuck.
All right.
Smothered in mustard. That actually made it worse.
Okay,
I don't
like
think that's
barbecue or
better.
something.
Yeah.
Oh.
In mustard. All right, question number 5. Which country was the first to use their traditional Christmas trees? So, who basically started using Christmas trees as we see here? Not necessarily the white ones, but real trees.
Like, which country was the first to bring like a pine tree essentially
Right.
into the home?
Into the home and decorate it, and yeah.
I'm gonna go with the U.S.
Okay.
Pretty sure it was England.
You are both wrong. It is Germany.
Germany?
Yeah.
That was going to be my second guess.
Yep. So, I was surprised it was Germany, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 6. Who invented electric Christmas lights and what year? So before we had electric Christmas lights, they had candles and they just tied ribbons to the trees and stuff like that.
So imagine a dried out pine tree with candles
Candles
on
on
it.
it.
yeah.
Christmas
Problematic?
is a deadly holiday.
I can't see why.
Well, who invented them? I have no idea, but I'm gonna throw a year out there of the early 1900s.
Okay.
I also don't know. Thomas Edison. He did a lot of light bulby stuff.
Okay, and your year? Your light bulby stuff.
First electric set. This won't make any sense given my answer. 1913.
Thomas Edison did invent them in 1880.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I figured it was probably him, but I wasn't sure if, how early on he thought, you know what, Christmas lights.
Yep.
Because his light bulbs weren't, they weren't small.
No.
What did they first
Like you weren't
look
getting,
like?
these little guys here that are like, barely bigger than my thumbnail. They weren't like
original lights, have you seen like the industrial lights that people have now where the filaments are very visible and they're low glowing? That's what they look like.
Well, the
bulb head was about like almost the size of a
So what does that
baseball.
look like on a Christmas light? A strand of those?
You just need like 3 of them. Well, you've seen the outdoor lights?
Yeah.
Like, they'll hang from patios. Mm-hmm. Imagine that just wrapped around your tree.
Yeah.
And Edison lamps have kind of made a comeback, so.
Yeah. That's what they are. So, all right. Question number 7. Which of Santa's reindeer is named after another animal? You guys are both running through reindeer. You're singing the song right now in your head.
That's a tough one.
I didn't know any of those were animals.
That's what I have no idea.
The funny thing is, you know the answer, but you don't know which one's the answer.
Yes, exactly.
I'm out. I have no idea which one would even be an animal.
You got to guess. You got a 1 in 8 chance because he had 8 tiny reindeer.
That got proportionally larger as he did.
Dixon.
Well, I can't pick that one. I'll go Donner.
It actually was Vixen because a vixen is
it
a
was
fox.
a fox.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was the one reindeer. I was like, I couldn't remember the 8th one. I couldn't remember the name. It was Vixen. Crap.
I like that
I was
one.
thinking Donner, like the Donner Party.
Yeah. No.
The Donner Party Christmas snow globe.
No. Question number 8. Let's move on. Which American president banned Christmas trees in the White House?
Banned them.
Yes.
Wow. It's like a recent president, or is this?
Not horribly long ago. I mean, pretty far back, but it's not George Washington. I'll give you that much.
I'm gonna go with Carter.
Okay.
No, Jimmy Carter was a big Christmas proponent.
Did he dress up like Satan Claus?
He could have. Not terribly long ago. Not as far back as I'd think.
I don't know. How far are you thinking? I don't know how far you're thinking.
I don't know how far back I'm thinking either. I'll go FDR.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Wrong Roosevelt.
Yeah, you're close. You got a Roosevelt.
Well,
but it's
my
not
first thought was actually Teddy Roosevelt. I'm like, no, he was like a big outdoors guy, and I wouldn't have figured him for...
Did it have a reason?
No, I didn't find
Don't
a
know
reason
that?
why. But he did
I just thought maybe FDR did it, kind of a weird, like, we need Christmas trees for the war effort. I don't know.
Yeah. So the last 2 questions
I got a half right.
Yeah.
I got Roosevelt.
But you don't get any half point.
Gosh, dang it.
Because you're talking about a different person. So the last 2 questions are my favorites. The 10th question is my absolute favorite. But anyway, we'll go on. Question number 9.
It's going to be bad.
That's what I was thinking.
What country's tradition is a witch dropping gifts through the chimney at Christmas?
A witch?
A witch.
That's awesome.
They don't do Santa Claus. Well, the country as a whole do, but it's like an old school, old world, new tradition. And I'll give you an extra internet point if you can guess her name.
I'm gonna go with France. Just
Okay?
Sounds like a French thing to do.
That sounds very Frenchy. You got a name guess for an extra internet point?
There goes our one listener over there. Got a guess on the name for...
oh, I'm out on the name.
Okay.
Wow.
Doug's gonna come in and nail it. Here we go.
Yeah. He's like, oh, yeah.
No, I'm not. I'll go Turkey.
Do you have a guess for the name?
Griselda.
So, you were both wrong. It's Italy, and her name is Befana.
Befana, the Christmas witch.
So they're like Santa Claus.
Is a witch that drops presents down the chimney.
Huh.
New Christmas traditions are starting now.
Okay, question number 10, my favorite. Name the European figure that punishes, and this is not in place of Santa Claus, but it's kind of in conjunction with Santa Claus. Name the European figure that punishes bad children by beating them with sticks, putting them in sacks, and trying to drown them in the river or taking them to hell.
Whoa. That's serious.
Don't be bad.
I actually know this one, so
I figured you probably did. It's not that uncommon.
it's basically think of if Santa Claus is the carrot, then this guy's the stick to get your kid
The
to be.
Grinch is who I'm.
Okay.
Krampus.
It is Krampus.
Yeah.
Krampus is half man, half goat demon who walks around the city with chains and sticks to beat and tie up children who have been bad.
There's
not
the
good.
thing.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's actually Krampus like parades that they have. Bloomington, Indiana has one.
Oh, they have
There's
a
other
whole
places.
Krampus celebration.
They dress up like these demon goat things, and the people who are in it literally carry sticks and beat bystanders. It's
Somebody got in
hilarious.
trouble this year. They got carried away.
Oh, wow.
But seriously, yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, if you're going to that, you probably just should be
expecting it.
Expecting to be
that
hit
was
by
going.
sticks.
That's what's going to happen.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own thing, I guess.
Yes.
We've got a super quick stupid stuff with Chad, and I'm going to do it this time just
Go
for
for
laughs.
Because I don't remember what I
Chad
told you.
knew we were doing
yeah,
a
yeah.
Christmas podcast today. Chad bought elf hats. He even bought one that had elf ears for him to wear. He paid for overnight shipping so they would get here in time. They are back at his house in Indiana
Because I didn't bring them.
because he didn't bring them.
I'll take blame for that. I was like, you guys got to come here in the morning. We got boom, 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 boom to do.
Yeah, but we got
I
everything
was
else.
up.
That should have been the easy thing.
I was awake. It wasn't that I was asleep and just like was rushing. I just forgot. It's okay. I'll wear it around. It's fine.
Well, we're going to let everybody get back to their Christmas morning. What's left of it after this? I'm just picturing kids in footy pajamas and everyone's sitting with their back to the Christmas tree, watching the computer, watching us.
Steve projects it up on his TV and his son.
Yeah, there you go.
Watch it. It's
Perfect.
funny.
Yeah.
But we do want to shout out to our sponsors, of course, CW Motorsports. Thank you so much for being on board with us this year.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I'm super excited for what you guys did in the last year. Looking forward to this year. And you guys are doing some great video footage for me early on this season, and hope no one is sick of seeing it already because there's a lot more to come.
Oh, no, there's good stuff in the pipe, that's for sure.
But I'm excited. I think it's going to be great, and super happy to be the title sponsor.
Well,
Glad to have you,
we
man.
appreciate it.
Also want to shout out to Watch Communications, who host the podcast and the website for us. The code is still good. You've got only a few days left in 2018 to put up your Christmas picture memory site. And if you need hosting, the code Waste of Time, all lowercase and no spaces, will get you 1 month of free hosting for that adventure. Also want to shout out to TGM Off-Road and Spangs Fab. You can find us on the web at our website, eminentperformance.com. You can also find us on Facebook /Eminent Racing, on Instagram at Eminent Racing. You can find the video version of this podcast on YouTube. Just look for Eminent Performance. And you can also find the audio version on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio.
Yep. You got it. And from both of us, here, we want to say Merry Christmas to you guys. And
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas, and thanks for everything in the past year, and looking forward to this year.
Yep.
Hope everyone has a great Christmas day.
Hope everyone gets all the razor parts they need and want.
And no matter which mustard slathered animal head you consume this Christmas, Merry Christmas. Thanks for riding along with us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
That's Steve.
Again?
It's Steve.
Well, now we got a blooper.
Steve, you did this.
This is on you.
You
Steve.
almost made the podcast, but it doesn't count for points.
You made me double check my phone.